Welcome to Late Night Creations. My name is Kendra and I'm so glad you're here. Today I have 5 rustic Christmas DIYs that I made with things from my stash or things from my yard. So I can't wait for you to see them. Give this video a thumbs up and drop a comment and let me know which one was your favorite. I hope that you are inspired to get up and make some Christmas DIYs today. Let's get on with the crafting. Okay, this first DIY is so fun. I just drew a little triangle Christmas shape, and I'm going to use this scrap wood that my mom and I dug out of a dumpster behind a cabinet shop. I'm going to have to show that video one of these days. My husband videotaped us, but I'm just showing you that I don't care if the shape is perfectly square or the sides are even, because I love all the character that this piece of wood had. So I taped down my drawing onto my wood, and now I'm going to nail nails, not on camera because you see how it shakes my table and it makes my camera shake, but I'm just going to show you how I did this. So I thought that I was going to be smart and just eyeball how far apart I should put my little dots, where I should put my nails, but then I thought maybe I should use a ruler, and I did the first 2 pretty good, 1/2 inch apart, and that wasn't quite exactly 1/2 inch there, but it's not going to matter in the end. So I'm going to hammer all these in. These are 1-inch nails, and I'm going to hammer them all in the same, where they're the same length. Now, part of this wood is super hard. This is really good quality wood. It was from a cabinet shop, and so this little part, I think where that knot was, is really hard, and so when I tried to hammer those nails in, they bent a little bit, and this one just popped right off. So I'm going to leave those 2 little crooked ones in there. I tried to straighten them up with my pliers, and I couldn't get that little scrap piece out, so I just nailed a little nail right next to it, and you're not even going to be able to tell. So then you're just going to pull your paper off and leave it with your design with the nails. Now I'm going to use this thin cotton yarn from Dollar Tree. You can use embroidery floss, you can use some any kind of thin yarn. You can use some fatter yarn, but it's a little more difficult. So the trick to this, you're going to tie a knot. Did you see me tie that knot? Okay. So the trick to this is keeping it taut, to not let go and don't let loose. So I thought I was going to be able to do this just with my fingers. I was going to try my tweezers. I tried using the other end of my tweezers, and then I stopped and I got, well, I'm not even showing you what I got, but anyway, I did the same thing. Oh, there's my little skewer that I got with the pointy end. It works fantastic. So you're just wrapping it around each one of those, and I'm keeping it down close to the wood because this is the first outline. There are so many different ways that you can do this. This is such a fun thing to do. So I did it, so I got it all the way around the outside. So now I'm going to go back and forth, just in a zigzag fashion until I get to the very bottom. And then I'm going to go zigzag the opposite way all the way back to the top. You can do this however you want to. You can go from the top to the bottom, sideways. Sometimes I will fill the whole thing in, just back and forth all over it. But that was not the look I was going for this time. Okay, so now we're going to outline it, and we're going to keep the thread up close to the top of the head of the nail. So it's going to look like it's outlined at the bottom and it's outlined at the top. Now, oh no, I'm going back up. Sorry. I'm ahead of myself. I've already told you what I was doing, so I thought I was ahead of myself. Okay, so, see, I let go. I didn't keep it taut, and I lost my footing, or my yarn, whatever. Anyway, okay, so here we go. Now we're moving. It's just the same thing. Let's see if this is where, oh, I'm going back down. I wanted it to be a little thicker. And like I said, you could go and make different designs. This is just what I wanted to do. Okay, here's where I'm going back around to make the outline at the top. It just kind of finishes it off a little bit. Just going. Okay, you will notice that when I'm doing the outline is I'm I wrap it around the nails. When I was going back and forth, I wasn't wrapping it completely around the nails. I just looped it around, if that makes sense. I think you could see what I'm doing. But whatever, you know, your design asks you to do. So here I'm just going to tie a little knot around that last nail, and I'm kind of use my little skewer or my tweezers sometimes to help me with that. Now where I cut it off, it left a little frayed edge, and I was afraid that would come undone. So I just dab a little bit of super glue on the edges of that little frayed ribbon. Now I'm just using some cotton twine. I'm pretty sure I picked this up at Walmart years ago, and I've been using it forever. And I did the base of the tree with that cotton twine. Just whatever design you want to do. And then I have this in my stash. This I got at got them off Amazon. There was like 500 of these little stars in that package, and so I decided to glue that little star on top. I think this turned out adorable. I absolutely love doing string art. It's so easy once you get the hang of it, so you need to try it. And if you try any projects that you get inspired by something that I do, please email me pictures. I love to see what you're creating. Now I just took a branch off of a bushy tree we have in our yard, and I sliced them with my miter saw and made those, tried to make them all about the same width. Now I'm just taking some moss green paint by Waverly, and I'm painting the frame of this little shadow box-ish thing I got at Dollar Tree back when they were selling all the nautical stuff. They may still have these, I don't know. Now I'm going to put these in the shape of a tree, but I didn't like that there wasn't enough contrast, so I'm going to take some DIY dark wax. You could use some watered down paint, you could use some antique wax by Waverly, or just take a paint and water it down just a wee bit and just wipe it on and wipe it off. Now where they had glued the frame together, it didn't stain very well, but that's okay. I don't mind. It makes it look more rustic. So I'm just going to kind of place these and see where I want them, and I wanted that top one to be kind of oblong up and down. And then I'm going to take a twig, and I think I may have gotten this pack of twigs. I finally found some at Dollar Tree. My Dollar Tree never had any. I found them at another Dollar Tree somewhere else. I'm not showing you that part yet. Yeah, my glue was, I keep it stored upside down so that it's not so hard to get this thick wood glue to come out. And this super glue wood glue is amazing. It really is a good hold. But I'm going to do a little bit of hot glue on there just so it'll hold quickly, and I don't have to wait for it to dry and they don't move around. So just so long as the hot glue and the wood glue don't touch, then, you know, we're good to go. And so very quickly I'm going to get these all glued down, and I'm in love with the look of this tree, guys. I just love it. Anyway, so yeah, and don't mind if you see little gnats and bugs flying around, because I live in the country and my craft cottage is outside my gate, and they just come in with the lights in the evening. So that little twig I glued down, and then now I'm going to put some of this thicker twine. I'm pretty sure I got this at Walmart. And I'm going to tie a knot on the front because I like that look. I think it looks rustic. And just make the knot big enough. If you have to double knot it, then do that, but make it big enough so it doesn't pull through. And then just snip that off. And you could put a little drop, whatever, of super glue in there too if you didn't want that to fray and unravel, but I felt like it was in there pretty good. Okay, there's the hanger. Then I decided it needed a little twine bow on top. The tree needed a topper. So I just put that little twine bow up there on the top. And oh my gosh, this was so simple, so easy, so cheap. Really the only thing I had to pay for was the frame. Everything else was just scraps or in my yard. So let me know what you think about that one. Okay. This next one also, I had gotten a pack of 4 of these at Hobby Lobby. I don't remember how much they were, but I do remember that they came out to be about a little over $1 a piece, and this was like maybe the second or to the smallest size. I can't remember. So I was going to put some paint on it that's about the same color as it was, just because, I don't know, I felt like it would look more finished. And so I gave it just a thin coat. I wasn't even looking for like some coverage, because it's very close to the same color. And so that's what I did. I did it front, back, on the inside. To me, it just made it, I could have left it, but it just made it look a little bit more finished, even though it's going to be a very rustic DIY. Then I took some antique wax and just kind of dry brushed the edges, because, you know, it was a little too clean. And then I put a few streaks in the center. Then I took my little scrap of t-shirt fabric. Any kind of soft fabric would work. Paper towels don't work very good because they kind of fall apart. And then I took a little clear wax from DIY and sealed it. And in the end, I don't know if I got it on camera. I think I might have not gotten on camera that I also, in the very end, I used a little bit of dark wax on the frame. I'm not sure if I show that or not, but anyway, so I tried several different things to cut these twigs. These were still kind of green, and so they were a little harder to cut. But the miter shears, which usually are very hard for me to cut with, worked the best of everything that I had. So I just laid them out and just kept cutting each one just a wee bit shorter and a wee bit shorter and a wee bit shorter until I had a Christmas tree shape. This was actually really fun. Really enjoyed making this. And so then I took another one of those little round wood discs and a little tiny pine cone. So I'm just going to glue everything down using the wood glue and the hot glue again. Use them together, but don't overlap them, because the hot glue just acts weird when it touches the wood glue or the whatever liquid glue. So I'm not sure if I'm going to show you every single bit of this or not. I can't remember. But this is so super easy. And guys, if you don't have trees or whatever, just go to the park. And I had to kind of snip those little, you know, where the leaves were. There were some leaves on there that I had pulled off. Okay, so if you don't have a tree in your yard or a bush or something that you can do this, just go to the park and pick up sticks in the park. If you have kids, that would be a great thing for them to do, help you do, is find sticks. It would be a nice little adventure. And then they would feel like they had a part in your DIY. And this actually would be a good DIY craft for kids too. They would have fun doing this. And you could just do it on a piece of scrap wood, let them paint it, and they could have a little decoration for their bedroom. And kids love that. They love to make things for their room. So here I am showing you the dark wax. So I just put it a little bit on my t-shirt and then just, put it on there a little bit. Okay, so I had this little block of wood in my stash that I had cut off of some spindles that I'm going to do a project with in a couple weeks. And it was just a piece of scrap. And I wanted this to stand up. You don't have to make your stand up if you don't want to. You could totally put a hanger on it. But I wanted this to stand up. And so I put some glue on this little block of wood. I painted it the same color as the frame. And so you can see that. And then I decided it needed a twine bow. I couldn't decide where to put it. That was kind of just awkward sitting up there by itself. So I just wrapped some twine around the top. I wasn't really thinking this was going to look that great. And I was like, well, it needs something up there. So this is what I'm going to do. So and here I go picking and poking again. I do edit a lot of my picking and poking out for and save you guys from having to watch me do that. So I did make a smaller bow than that original one that I showed you. And voila. Oh, I'm in love with it. I think it is so cute. It's so rustic. I love it. Okay, here's the last one. Maybe my favorite. Oh, this is not the last one. There's another one. Oh my goodness. Okay. Yeah, this might be my favorite. I don't know. I can't pick a favorite of these. I loved them all. They were so, so very fun. Okay, this little round piece is some of those that Dollar Tree has. Now, my Dollar Tree didn't have them forever, and I'm not even sure if I got this at my Dollar Tree, or I've been visiting a lot of other Dollar Trees. Anytime we go on a trip or we go out of town, we see a Dollar Tree, we stop, because I'm looking for things that my Dollar Tree doesn't carry. So I just drilled a little hole in the little base, and now I'm drilling a little hole in each one of these sticks, and I cut them with the same theory as I did that last project. Now this is some dead dry branches that I had cut off, and you know, well, they were dead ones. They were dead branches on the tree. That's not, it's like almost like a crepe myrtle, but not. I'll stick a little glue in this. I drilled a hole in that too, and I'm just going to stick a little glue in there so it'll stay. That's going to be our top. I had seen this. My inspiration was a 6-foot tree like this made out of driftwood. Oh my goodness, it is so gorgeous. But it was 6 foot tall. So I'm making a mini version with just twigs out of my yard. And oh my gosh, y'all, this turns out so cute. So you can make this, just go pick up some sticks, and if you have a drill some holes, or you might be able to even just use a nail, a big nail, and drill, hammer a nail through, and then just maybe use some yarn or something to put through there. And yeah, I don't know how you would make it stick in the, I have to think about that one for a minute. But everybody needs a drill. Everybody needs a drill. So there you go. How easy was that, and how simple was that, and how cute is that? Come on, guys, leave a comment. Leave me a comment below and let me know what you think about these. Okay, this really is the last one. Okay, same as the first one. Same concept, but I'm using this little wood round. Now, I bought some of these on Amazon, but this was some that a friend used for decor at a shower, and she was going to throw them away. Can you believe that? That is just craziness. So I said, do not throw those away. I will absolutely use those. So I'm going to make a little ornament out of this. So I'm not going to hammer them because you see, I'm going to hammer my fingers. So I'm going to use my little needle nose pliers, and I'm going to hammer them in off camera because see how it shakes my table. So I'm going to hammer in. I'm going to make sure that it doesn't go all the way through my wood, and then just do the design. Now I'm keeping the design over there to my left, so in case I forget, what it looks like, because the nails sometimes when you get them on there can be kind of confusing. So I'm going to start at the top, and it's very similar to the last one, just a different design. So you can fast forward through this part if you already know how to do string art, but this one was a little bit more challenging. I had to kind of think about what I was doing when I was doing it. So I just wrapped it. I'm not even going to try to explain this because it kept falling off. I kept losing my string because I wasn't keeping it tight enough. But so it's just a different design. So I'm wrapping it around and around, and just you have to kind of figure out, where you want your strings to show and how you're going to get back up to the top or the bottom, or how am I going to get where I'm going and make it look. And sometimes I have to undo and redo, and it's hard to keep it tight. See, there, I lost it again. Keep it tight while you're trying to figure it all out. And so that's where that little stick comes in handy, because you can kind of hold it down and help guide it along. You might be able to do it with just your fingers, but I can't. My fingers are just too fat, and I do have a little arthritis in a couple of my fingers joints, and so they don't bend as good as they used to. So there we go. So there's the tree part. So this is where I'm going to tie the knot at the top. Just leave a little loop to pull it through. Get my little tweezers, pull that string through there, tighten the knot. I think I double knotted it. I just didn't show that. I'm going to do that super glue thing again. If you let that super glue sit on there for just a few seconds, it'll get soft, and then you can just slick it down on there. Okay, then I used a different color to do the base, and I just did a square and then an X across. Just do it however you like. Whatever design you want to do. And you can find all kinds of these designs on, if you Google it. Okay, I drilled a hole and I've got a little, what are those called? Eye hooks. And it's not really a hook, it's a solid top to make an ornament. Okay, here's the reveal of all of the projects from today. So let me know which one's your favorite, which one you would like to try to recreate, or if you're inspired to create something totally different, but this inspired you, and please email me pictures if you create something. I would love to see it. And thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe if you're not subscribed, and hit that thumbs up so that YouTube will know that I'm getting some attention, and that will help a lot.
That's all I have for this video, but stay tuned for the next one because you are gonna love it too. Remember to be still and know that He is God.